to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing BMF Black Mafia Family Season 2, Episode 8. But before we get started, D, you got anything to tell people?
If you don't subscribe, this dog will be inside of your bed fighting.
See, I feel like we probably shouldn't start with a threat. Maybe we should come in like,
Wow.
Wow. It's always a threat, isn't
I need him to like give up the dimple or something a little bit. He coming in with and by the way, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Don't hit the like button and
Please
BMF. So BMF starts with Terry and Meech looking over a balcony down at a mountain of bricks. I guess just admiring, you know, their future and all. I wonder if they saw the bars, like the bars that they're behind. I wonder if they saw that when they were looking over the balcony. Just a thought. But they're talking about how they're going to distribute the product, and you know, they got to get the whole situation with the cars worked out, because the last time they were trying to move weight in the car, the driver got popped. So they got some things to figure out, considering they got a whole lot more work than they're normally having. Like they in charge of distro in their city. That's a pretty big deal, since the half of them in high school still. What up though? Terry's still kind of concerned about Sidekick, as he should be. Like, clearly, Sidekick don't see it for Terry the same way he does for Meech. So I understand why he feels the way about him, because he's a snaky little dude, you know, wants to be his other brother.
He is, and at the end of the day, you was talking to the police. Like,
I mean, come on.
Like what?
Like you said before, really all the stuff popped off because he took out old dude in the beginning, because Bryant was on the payroll until that happened.
I feel like if I feel like y'all popped old girl for less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm like, well, y'all might as well let her stay, because he talked to the police. She was with Lamar, but I mean that was still.
So was Cash Doll.
Yeah,
Lamar is part of the family. On the like, you and Lamar were literally in jail and then telling each other, because.
Why did we her?
Talking to the cops.
Yeah, he talking to the cops and walking around here. Okay, me. I mean, me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's on some keep your enemies closer type vibe, because you know,
I guess
Sidekick needs his eye on somebody, needs their eye on him. So Meech takes Terry to this car wash. He's such a visionary. So this is where we go and wash the, you know, the money. It's getting laundered through here. The car wash is not even in our name, so they can never trace it back to us. But this is where the work is going to take place. And you know what? It's way better than where the limousine place, you know, the car ride place is, because public goes through the car wash. That's just how that is. So you can't be mad at me.
In and out all day. Nobody knows nothing.
Matter of fact, car wash is kind of a place where people hang out.
It is here. It used to be like a little hangout on the road at the car wash. I've been there plenty of times.
It's like the car wash, the basketball court. Like, there's some places where, I mean, you know, I'm not in high school, but these people are. And when I was in high school, that's about what I was doing. Somewhere hanging out where.
At the car wash.
That's probably my problem. The car wash. Why did somebody tell me? Woo. Anyway, let's see. So their plan is this time they're gonna hide the, you know what? when them GM workers get laid off, they shall find them somewhere else to pick up a few coins. Because I'm guessing you would need somebody that worked in the factory to know how to take the whole car door, you know, mechanics and things of that nature. But the plan is this time we're not just dealing with the glove compartment. They're taking the whole door off. They're going to put the work inside the door. You know, when you get to the spot, you switch out the cocaine. Switch it out for the money, you know, bring it to the car wash, it all, you know, what can I say? When you're talking about how little technology they had back then compared to what, you know, we have now, wasn't no GPS and all of that stuff. Like maybe the government was doing that, but not just, you know, everyone. Like we can always be found nowadays, no matter what we doing.
Right.
Because you're not really going to throw your phone away. You might throw it away, but you're going to have something. Can you even still get those burner phones?
I mean, I guess them the ones you just pick up at the store, like Family Dollar.
That's what I'm saying. Do they still have that? Look, there's still some type of serial number attached to it. You can be found. That's all I'm saying. But for right now, that's, you know, a way better idea. Like, I feel like the video store idea was good. I'm not affiliated. I don't want anybody to think that, but I'm thinking, you know, I'm watching this and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. The video idea was good. The car business, you don't ever want to be fooling with your actual business. You never want to mix those two things anyway. So, while they're at the car wash, they find out that K9 got popped. He out there like a quick link. Not popped like gun, but popped like handcuffed and taken to the pokey.
Yeah.
First they was like, oh, dang. And then, you know, Terry goes straight to, they probably know what we doing. They probably do. But it ain't because of K9. That much I do know. And, you know, Mitch sees this as an opportunity because he sees most things as an opportunity. So if K9's gone, then that's less competition. And that just means more people will have to look to them to get their work. Sorry about it, K9. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But lucky for me, I got this connect before you
got he got it. Yep. So they would have been hit.
So now Mitch is like, he gonna take the work back to Ohio. I mean, Ohio's close enough.
It's right on the other side of the border.
It's right over there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Where is he going? Cleveland, Dayton, one of those cities that look much like Detroit, only it's in Ohio.
It's only from Detroit about an hour and a half away. It ain't far.
Nah, because I used to go. My people was in Cleveland. So that was like, you know,
it's about
a week away in the summer to go visit my aunt and my cousins. Anyway, Mitch is going back to Ohio. He's trying to grow this business. He's not trying to just be, you know, we know what his plan is. And Terry is to stay back at the crib, at the car wash, and put the drivers, you know, first of all, he's got to hire them. He's doing driver interviews. And the ones that he does have, they got to be prepared. They got to go through driver's training. Terry got that fast track on training, didn't he? Wasn't he the one down to the place without the, didn't pass the driver's license test?
Right.
Now he's over, you know, drivers and, you know, things of that nature. But I guess, you know, when you drive around for a living, you do learn how to handle the roads, the streets. Over at the precinct, head lady in charge is no longer there. She's been transferred and they have now replaced her with Major Carr. I don't feel no reason to really remember Major Carr. He'll probably show up. You know, he's the boss man.
It'll probably be a problem for them. For the two cops.
He came through a little harsh. He came through with a little spice. So we'll see. And these two cops is about to really be fumbling the bag because they're distracted. We'll get to that. So the cops are talking about, you know, how K9 got popped. It's funny how a new person comes in and want to tell everybody what to do instead of getting some feedback first from the people that have already been there. Like, I feel like it's always that person. Like, I feel like a better solution is to go in and be like, okay, y'all, what we got going on? Tell me about this thing. Tell me about that thing, because I just got here. And then I'll figure out which way, to direct the situation. You want to come in and start like just throwing stuff around, pretty much Brian is trying to tell him with K9 being locked up, that's going to start a turf war, because now all these fools out on the street going to be trying to take over territory, whichever one is is his. They already a step ahead of Brian. He doesn't know that there's only one king on these streets, because Lamar is definitely a little off, and we know that. Well, we see DEA agent Leslie Jones come through, I'm guessing, well, we know she was the one that was part of the bust. Right. So this is where she enters the conversation. She's DEA, law enforcement and DEA, they're not even connecting. So a lot of stuff has happened in one swoop, one day. They go to work and now their boss is new, the DEA is there, and they're gonna have their own turf war going on within the law enforcement.
DEA is the one who busted old boy when the police.
That's what she said. So
that's because y'all be down there with Asa Foley down in the D, letting them just slide.
Not Asa Foley.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all down there, remember, oh boy, was the real police and it was really going down in the D. And
when he was
Beverly Hills Cop, and the dude from the movie was really a police, and
he was a real police.
Slide. Yeah. Y'all down there letting stuff go, and the DEA had to come in and do some real work. We don't trust you. We don't trust you.
I feel like that always happens. Like I said, they coming in that everybody, then you could add the FBI. I was watching that documentary on Waco, Texas, when Homeboy had all them people and, a cult of such. But it was all kind of different initials coming in through there making decisions. They couldn't decide who was in charge to say what to do. And, it was a mess. So I feel like that's always how it is. They be, like I said, having their own turf war within the law enforcement offices on who's in charge of what. And then, like, of course, Brian and them have done all the work, but at the end of the day, y'all are just police. Y'all ain't calling no shots anyway. Just get out there and go.
Brian ain't did no work. Brian ain't trying to do no work. Brian trying to get over. Brian was working with me when we first met him.
I said until Sidekick messed everything up by doing too much.
Yeah.
So Terry went down to the club where Lala is with her girlfriends, and he came to let her know that he's the new boss in town. And that Boom might want to get on or get left behind, and here's his money. Boom just be in the other room or down to the college playing baseball, because that's all.
Not down to the college playing baseball.
That's all I see. I wish they wouldn't have even done that. Like, I think I like him and everything, but I can't. I ain't gonna be able to do it, Darwin, Damon.
I mean, Terry was over there playing football, so they're the same. They was same people, same clique.
But you know what I feel like? Yeah, no, this is the difference. Boom, aka Damon, is over there at a very expensive HBCU. Terry and them was down in, where was they at? South Central. They went to school in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, he was.
But they live, you know what I'm saying? So Terry, it's not that far-fetched, but not college boy over here pledging and stuff. Now you want to be just like a pimp in the club married to Lala? So anyway, here's your money. And, get on or get lost. That was the message. And Lala's getting on my nerves. What's her name? Markeisha girl. Yeah, they just really seems like trying to piss you off on a weekly basis. Because at this point, If they were playing me, I would be livid as well. So mention him that, you know, he's still in Ohio and he's rolling up on the leaders of the ship over there in Ohio, telling them what it is. You can get this over here or you're gonna be sorry. I mean, I guess the whole idea of you can make more money, like he's actually not just trying to be in it for himself. You know, the thought process is the way business should work, just not the business that they doing.
He over there like he Martin Luther King talking to them people like he.
But they making more money.
You could be working for yourself, like boy.
And they like, yeah, listen, you doing it anyway. You out in the streets anyway. The end result is gonna be the same. You might as well be getting more money while you're doing it. I'm just saying. I just be like, how old are these niggas? These little young punks is coming in through talking like that to these people. Like somebody like K9 and them.
You definitely can tell that was some back in the day that he's even able to
do that.
Because he definitely wouldn't be able to do that today.
Girl.
Because ain't no respect in these streets now. You
At
wouldn't
all.
be able to go to nobody else's city and do nothing.
At all. Well, homeboy takes him to the boss man, and basically, boss man said, "Kick rocks." He don't. Who are you? Where did you come from? And we don't have to do this. So no, whatever you're saying, no. And Meech is like, you know, same thing. That Terry told Boom, get on or you know, be out of the loop because this is how it's going down. That's the only Colombian. That ain't the only Colombian. Like he can't be. Maybe just in the Detroit. I don't know.
Maybe in that area, child.
When y'all start talking about Colombians and stuff, y'all lost me because I ain't really even trying to be a part of that conversation. I don't know what they got going on over there. How they get it over here? None of that. Terry. So Terry's back at the car wash interviewing drivers. They coming through with their resumes and things. He got, what's the name, that Saki, the boy that they just buried. His aunt is over there. She's ready to pick up wherever Saki left off because you know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
I thought that was her when they was pouring out some liquor at the
she was down to the funeral.
At the funeral. I was like, and y'all in the church? Okay.
Oh God. Terry got a whole class that he's holding. He said, don't take nothing from a hotel, no matches, no napkins, no nothing. You don't want them to be able to trace where you stay at. Don't wear no jewelry and be pulling out no big knots at the gas station because apparently these cashiers down to the gas station be snitching. Why would they do that? Why does that have anything to do with you? Is the police paying them? Do they get a cut? Like what?
I don't know. That's first time I knew that. I ain't know they was doing that at the gas station. Well, she wasn't listening because she did everything that he told her.
Everything he said, don't do.
She had all that jewelry on. She put off the wide. I was like, girl, don't do that. That don't even make sense.
I was trying to figure out. So did she really do that, or were they just giving you like a reenactment of what could happen if
it looked like she did that?
I hope not. I hope they were just trying to show us what it looked like. Because I was like, well, you little snitch. Cashier snitch, had nothing to do with you. He said, keep your seat up straight. Don't have no trash in the car, and don't be pissing in no bottles.
I know somebody do that all the time.
Auntie said, he ain't talking to me, because what I ain't gonna be able to do is drive and piss in the bottle. I'm here with you, Auntie. I don't know how, you know. Carry on, soldier. You know somebody that pees in a bottle?
Mm-hmm.
It's a he, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I'm like, ow.
That is disgusting. I'm not picking up anything in your car. In the bottle.
What is wrong with you? Step outside. Stop at the gas station.
Go
to McDonald's.
He's a former drug dealer, so it makes sense. Now that he said, I'm
like,
that's like, why he do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
tell you about being in the convenience store and those little roses that be in a little teeny bottle?
Oh yeah.
And I would be at the convenience store like, can somebody please explain to me why would I want that? Like, why would I think I'd be really irritated if my dude came with me to this little thing. Why? And they would all look at me like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Like, serious, like, no. And I was watching an episode of Cop, and a chick got, shook down, and he dumped out her thing, and it fell out. And I was like, oh, no wonder why nobody was trying to tell me what that was about. Then I was like, so y'all just sell those in the convenience store? You just
Oh, girl, yes, that's the convenience. That's why I don't understand why y'all snitching, because y'all have everything in the convenience store.
Have you ever stood in line at the convenience store and been like, you know what? I would have not really been having good energy lately. Let me get some of these, I don't know, Circle K vitamins that come in the packet. Why am I getting vitamins from here with my Slurpee and my tater chips?
I have got some like Tylenol or something from there though.
Not Tylenol.
I know.
I'm talking about vitamins.
I know.
It's a little thing, and I'm like,
but you get your crap pipes and everything. Don't you remember going to like Johnny's or Tony's or whatever, Marco's then? And they had the little pipes and stuff all lined up and everything at the stores.
Marcos wasn't that when I was there. When I was there, Marcos was Now Laters and candy.
Oh yeah,
sugar
no,
babies,
all that stuff turned into like
something different.
Yeah.
Well, girl, R.I.P. Blackie. Blackie's been cremated.
Cool.
And he has put the urn on Cash Dow's mantle.
Child, why would he think she wanted Blackie? Blackie didn't even like her.
They're moving fast, aren't they? Listen, I need to fast forward a little bit. I want Lamar to stop trying to smash with that colostomy bag on. I don't know why.
When he said that, that's all I could think about. Was like, yo, nasty tail, you couldn't even be laying up in the bed.
That's what I'm looking at her like, well, what was he saying? I'm glad she clarified, child. So they sat around, they got very high. I mean, I would definitely not be high around him either. I feel like I don't
me. That's when she was doing that, I was like, so are you setting them up or are you not? Because now this seemed like this
she
is
was
more
feeling
pleasant.
to me like she was getting a little nostalgia, talking about how he was the first one to make her feel beautiful. And you explained it to me. That might be what he was back in the day, like you said. But girl, we're not finna lay up in my bed with no colostomy bag on, unless you know what I'm saying. If we together, that's a different thing. But he's disgusting.
He's disgusting.
Well, the Ohio boys is mad because now Meech is out here setting up shop and taking their business. And he told them that was going to happen, and they wouldn't listen. And so now, and the ones that are listening is because they're getting more money out the deal. So that's what I'm saying. I might as well, if I'm you know what I'm saying, be out here, I might as well be getting money. So they start a full-on fight out in the street until Meech, of course, tells them to break it up. That's what he does. If he's not breaking up the fight like he's the king of the world, then he's, kickboxing somebody's head up against the pavement. At the end of it all, old dude that was, the big boss in Ohio had to tuck his tail between his legs and go marching right back over there to Meech and asking him, okay, can we renegotiate, rediscuss this whole, thing that you came to me with the other day, because now I'm not making any money. And I mean, he was open to the conversation, but he said he couldn't bring whoever that was that rolled up on them, or his cousin. His cousin is no longer allowed to be involved in the business, and we're good. I can understand that based on the way he handled things before. This right here just chaps my ass. So Miss Mabel brought her behind over to the house, girl. Just disrespecting this woman all up in her kitchen, with her hands all up on Charles, and he's acting so flabbergasted. I want to know why Charles is just that taken away by, I know why. He's been in this church his whole life, haven't he?
Oh, and
Charles, because he's acting like he's never done anything. Like the stuff that he's saying, like, oh my God, you can't be here. He should have closed the door on her when she was outside. He should have marched Mabel right back over to the front porch. Anyway, he told her maybe, they could go to a hotel, but no, he didn't say hotel, that he said motel. Maybe he could take her to a motel, but she can't be up in the house like that. And no sooner did she agree to that, because she came to borrow a pan child. And then Miss Lucille came downstairs and was like, oh, hey, girl. I was like, these bitches just be in your house.
That's so disrespectful.
That's how people die.
That is. That's horrible.
But
you knew it was gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was going out with her and stuff. Now she bold enough to come up in your house. You knew it was gonna get one more step worse. Like,
can I just tell you about how my heart works? Like the one, that beats really fast when I get nervous. If that was the other way around, if that was me, I feel like I would have passed out at the front door. That's where you would have found me. My heart would have jumped literally out of my chest. You are not in my house. Are you really?
That's how that works.
And then, she's smiling in her face and let's go. So you sat down with her to have some tea?
Yeah, she just sat there and everything, chilling. And she think that's her friend. That's her neighbor. Hey, girl.
Well, she's delusional, because I would know straight out the gate. I would have had checked Mabel a long time ago. Why she over there with no plaster, no holes, no dents, no dings. Every time they pan through their house and I see all them patches, I want to kick Charles' ass for even calling himself a handyman. That don't even make no daggone sense. Why they got the little boy over to the car wash stuffing bricks up in the bumper? What is he doing? Isn't he too little?
He want to be Bmf. He's training. You gotta have the little ones in training. They said he didn't got big.
I need there to be a cutoff. Like, not no babies. He was somebody's child. Where's his mother? She's probably works for the company too.
That's about the age they be in there.
I know. That's just like it's still hard for me to wrap my head around it. Because when you have, it's just anyway.
I mean, he ain't that much younger than Terry. Terry is in high school.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And he's all the way in Colombia speaking Spanish. And
this boy probably a freshman.
And the crazy thing is, you can't stop it from happening because, over there in DC, little Jamie proved that it don't really matter where you come from to be under the influence of that foolishness. Anyway, I'm about to stress myself out. Terry and Meech are back at the crib. I guess that's Meech's house, that they're just at, because they don't live at home. I don't know where Terry stayed, but anyway, they're back at the crib. Are they over at, what you call it, baby mama house, Terry's?
First baby mama?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because she live with her mama, don't she?
Well, that's what she said, but I've never seen them.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're talking business, how they're going to handle, the business, basically. And then Terry gets the call from Lala and gets all goofy on the phone, and Mitch gets immediately irritated. He doesn't like her. I can understand why he wouldn't, because it's Boone's wife. And I would be looking at it like she trying to get you killed at the end of the day. That's how, that's probably how he's looking at it. But he gets all stupid and she wants to take him to dinner. I was like, oh, now she gold digging.
Cause now she know he's the boss. So
now you go.
He ain't no little boy no more. You were just talking about he was a little boy.
You just said he couldn't, girl.
Child.
Well, she done got him down to the restaurant getting smashed in the bathroom.
Let me tell you, Lala butt looks so nasty. And that's not normal.
It was real hard.
It was real nasty looking. And I was like, I had to rewind it. I was like, ugh.
She has taken off her clothes in front of all of them power people, boys. All of the boys over at the Shy, like they just keep on getting Lala naked in the back of the kitchen, in the back of the insurance travel agency place. Now she in the bathroom.
They shouldn't want to see that because that's very unnatural looking. I mean, it doesn't even look right. It looks weird. They shouldn't want to see that unless they are amazed that it looks like that. It was
weird before. She was damned if she do or damned if she don't, because she used to be, bad body like SpongeBob. So
yes,
I mean, if I was her, I'd rather have this new one than the old one. The old one was bad.
I mean, she should have just got a better surgeon. That looked like a botched job. That definitely that thing was like rectangle shape. I was like, who the hell asked?
I mean, I feel like there's only so much you can do. Like some people just need a little. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like putting weave in somebody's hair who already got hair. And
I do it all the time.
Right, but when you don't have no hair, it's a struggle because you know what I'm saying.
Child, that look weird.
It's one thing to enhance what you already got versus recreate a whole new situation. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want to sit here and be, bashing Lala. but I mean, me personally, if I had to choose, I would rather have what she got now versus what she had before. And I'm just saying,
y'all got
she made the choice. I didn't tell her to go do that, but what she did was,
y'all got all this money, more than the average person, but it seemed like y'all be going to the most. I don't know who these plastic surgeons are.
Look, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily about the money. It might be more so about there's only so much you can do with what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look at the old Lala. You'd be like, well, yeah, maybe you had a lot of, working to do. Anyway, so Meech comes by the house. I guess that whole stay away from my house don't apply no more, especially not since now. He can tell Charles, sit your ass down. I can see my mom if I want to. But he came over there with gifts, and apparently he's rented out the roller rink where they could have a whole, family and friends day. I was like, that's a good idea, actually. Then you don't have to worry about foolishness popping off. You could have it there who, unless your baby mama show up, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, then she pulled out this glittery jumpsuit, and Lillian was like, I don't know if your father gonna be okay with that. And he was like, look, he's a grown man. He living his life, live yours. And
he like, girl, you better go out there and get you one, because he out there getting his.
He doing it.
Do you, boo?
And he doing it with Miss Mabel's tired self. And the thing about Miss Mabel is, Charles, you ain't never gonna be able to keep up with her. While you just now discovering things, she's already done it. So she's gonna be bored before you know it. Terry got Lala out, girl. They shopping, and yeah, baby. Thank you, baby. Love you, baby.
You know what? That made me mad. I was like, I hope your child got everything they need while you down here spending all this money. Armful.
At the end of the day, Wanda just told you she was pregnant, and you treated her like trash. As if you weren't there. Like you said, she didn't make herself pregnant, fool. She got pregnant because what? You ain't took her to nowhere shopping. Cause them clothes she wearing look like she got them.
I was like, ain't this a mess? This the same one. Like I said, was talking about you was a kid and you couldn't. Now you about to get her a house, or you finna move into a house so she
With
ain't got to go
her
to a
kids?
hotel. But your baby mama, with your baby number 2 over there staying with her mama, you couldn't find her house. Child, please.
This is what he doing.
Y'all was pushing twin beds together at your mama house. Stop it, Terry.
There was that little bitty bed with both of them squished up in it. No wonder she got pregnant. It could have been on accident because they darn sure couldn't move.
Right.
So Lala wants him to cut off his ducktail. And as much as she gets on my nerves, I would say that probably wasn't like the worst decision that she had him make. But then she turned around and said, "Now you're a man, like think for yourself." And I mean, you mean like let me think for you instead of Terry? Because she's giving me this vibe like you're the one that's the smart one. You're the boss. Like I feel like she's gonna start doing that kind of nonsense. Without you, he wouldn't be able to do this thing and that thing.
It was the
she gotta be next to the number 1.
It was the whole Samson and Delilah thing. When she cut off his hair, you know, that started his strength. Like now it kind of symbolized everything was finna go downhill now. You know what I'm saying?
And it is, and it seems like so. And I mean, girl, you didn't give him a haircut, you cut the thing off the back.
And here's the thing, what was it? We was in the 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, that's when everybody was wearing it. Remember old Cutie?
You know what's funny? When I met Tony, he had that thing in the back, and
everybody was wearing it.
He had a red beret on the back, and I was like, "Who is this boy? Where is he going with this tail?"
Old boy from Troop had a little dope one back in the day. I remember that. I was like, okay, that was. I mean, that's what they were. It was better than just a little. Because when the tail,
I didn't like that.
That one little piece, yeah.
I didn't like that. That's shag or whatever they. I
mean, of course, she ain't like it though, because she was like 40, right? I'm just saying. Terry's 18. Of course, he has a tail.
I mean, I cannot. That's why I hate this. Anyway, child, roller skate night. Everybody seems to be having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even beat your own team.
Speaking of, so Meech peeks that Terry's ducktail is gone, and immediately he knows that Lala was behind the whole scheme. And I'm like that too. Like, if that's a thing that the brothers have between them, let them get to the point where they outgrow it. For God's sake, like, why would you want to come into, you know, like you said, because she's 40. That's why. Because Wanda would have never even thought about doing it. So mom's is at the skating rink. She looking cute in her glittery jumpsuit. Like I feel like they started out with her very matronly, but she's been looking real cute ever since she went to
mama had a little shape on her with her little outfits. Even when she came down to the kitchen with to see Charles, I was like, oh, she look cute though, Mabel. So you know.
And she said, I'm gonna look cute in this. She already knew she was gonna rock that jumpsuit. You know, she looked better than everybody in there. Mom was definitely the queen. And I think it's so cute how Meech dotes on her. Because that's, you know, that's her boo. She says she thinks Pops is at work. Well, Pops is not at work. Pops is over to the motel with Miss Mabel.
Child.
Unfortunately for him, everything is working except him. Even the bed vibrating. He ain't doing nothing.
I mean, Charles wasn't never working with nothing. I don't even know why she was.
I think he's pumped out. I think he's pumped out. He used 4, and then he used another 6 or 10, and then that's all he had left.
Cause now he's sleeping with his wife too. That's just too much for Charles. Charles can't do all that.
And Mabel's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. At the beginning, Charles wouldn't get none. Oh, 4 pumps, Charles.
Well,
Charles
child,
couldn't even get a pump out this time.
after he couldn't, he said maybe if we turn the bed vibrator back on. I'm not sure what that was supposed to do.
Child.
I'm not even sure why that's a thing. Like, I do remember that being a thing, like when I was a little kid, but why? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Like now that I'm an adult, I don't see how that would make it any better. Like the bed vibrating, but okay.
No, you stupid.
Yeah. Well, Miss Mabel's not into four pump Charlie no more. She's
Nope.
decided that you know what, Mabel's my friend. I mean, Lucille is my friend. And we talk and we trade things all the time. And I think I'm just gonna give you back to her. Basically, is what she said.
Well, yeah, you're broke. I don't want to. This one manufactured. She can have this one back. Return to sender.
We don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't come fix anything. I don't have anything broken. My faucets and all of that stuff are working fine. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
She was like, the first time I was like, he's excited. Second time, okay, it's something different. No, this is
he said he was
our
leaving.
Charles.
So the second time wasn't about, well, we don't know how many times, but that last time that we saw them, he was, telling her he wasn't coming back. So that wasn't about him. That was just about proving to him, you ain't going nowhere until I tell you you are. And apparently today's the day.
Yeah.
Your services are no longer needed in my Shani O'Neal voice.
Yeah, that's what you are.
Lala has brought herself over down to the skate rink. What is wrong with Terry? Did he not? They at the restaurant, they're in the store. I just feel like Boom is a pretty big deal based on the way, they had to go to him. And I also feel like street dudes hang out, like they shop at the same stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm in Atlanta and I'm in, say, the Gucci store, I probably shouldn't be with cheating. Because, the people at the Gucci store know your name and, y'all have just like he was talking to old boy in that store. He been shopping in there. You think Boom don't shop in there?
Boom shop.
I bet he does. So, yeah. So they out at the store. Now she down to the skating rink with her kids. Before, I remember her saying that, she didn't want her kids to be around some strange man, but they seem to be meeting up, quite regular. You think her kids ain't gonna say, we were at the skating rink?
Right, because y'all ain't trying to hide it.
At all. And then here come Wanda. She was about to shake up the joint until me,
Wanda
cut her off at the
Wanda
pass.
would have. I wish she would have. I wish she wouldn't have stopped her. I wish she would have got her at least a good.
She wasn't gonna do nothing. She wasn't gonna do nothing.
I wish she would have fleeced someone.
She wasn't
someone going somebody. Someone going one or the other. I didn't care which one, Lala or him. Just
Lala, she on her Miss Mabel energy right now. I'll give her back when I'm done. And I'm gonna be here in your face, in your house, in your kitchen.
Because the fact of the matter is, you knew Terry's with that girl. So that was a whole slap in the face.
He just told you she was pregnant, and
you show up in there, man.
And not only that, like at the end of the day, you got kids. You know how that feels.
Yeah.
That's why don't nobody still like Khloe to this day. Kardashian. Everybody loved Khloe until we seen this girl that we don't even know. Tristan, we didn't know his ass either. We just knew this girl was 8 months pregnant and you was over here launching him around as if that girl wasn't about to have his baby.
And when I seen her and her little sister, that one was with Travis, whatever, them two sat up there and they said, we missed the I take your man, and laughed about it. I was like, oh, y'all thought that was funny. That's what y'all do. Y'all bragging on it at this point. Ha ha ha.
Now that I think about it, Lala is a friend of the family. She's affiliated, Kardashian style.
So, yeah.
So she don't give a doggone Wanda down there. She don't care, little girl. So Mom's is skating around the rink by herself because she don't have a date because Charles is working. So Meech don't want to see his mama sad, and he know that his daddy is not working. He probably somewhere with that lady he saw him down to the strip club with.
So
And
they
he will
gonna
be
kick her
right.
ass off the floor because they said couples only.
Couples only.
Get your ass off the floor if you ain't a couple.
That used to be so annoying to me. You know, you'd be better when you're not a couple. And they do stuff like that. Like Valentine's Day doesn't annoy me because I don't have to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day. I'm going skating. I'm trying to enjoy myself. And then they want to just decide that I can't be a part because I'm not a couple.
Yeah.
Anyway, I must have had some type of unresolved feelings about the skating rink. Mitch decided he was gonna skate with his mama and cheer her up and such. And then Pop shows up, so he comes to save the day. Cash Doll's down there. Why is she there? She didn't even have her kids. She just there?
Because he invited his baby mamas. Both of them was there too. Because Cash Doll don't care.
She doesn't care, and the other girl probably doesn't care either. She probably thinks you ain't nothing, nobody.
Right.
Meech has his women under control. They're not. He got 2 baby mamas. They both fighting. I mean, they both got babies, and we ain't seen them fight, so we don't know that that's happening. So they get ready to go, and Lucille picks up Pop's Charles' jacket, and the hotel receipt falls out of his pocket. Like, you just left the hotel.
He did. He left there and went straight there.
And that's some dumb
you
nonsense.
got kicked to the car.
What are you keeping the receipt for? Why didn't you just throw it in the trash? What do you need a receipt for?
So that you know he ain't used to even doing that. He ain't even know what to do with it.
Well, that receipt said everything. It said that when he was there this afternoon, it said everything except Miss Mabel was there.
I mean, they still keeping receipts. Ain't that what's going over there with wine and them? Wasn't it a receipt?
I feel like with that though, homegirl kept the receipt on purpose because her whole point was to do exactly what she did. Because when she asked him for that money and he didn't follow through, she was like, "Oh, okay." And then he had his homeboy come over to the hotel because we know. No, we don't. Allegedly, I'm gonna stick to this story and where it say some of these things might be true and some of these things maybe didn't happen. So anyway, the part that I saw was when the receipt fell out of Pop's pocket and she flipped out. He came over there and she smashed on him. And he even had Miss Lucille out here calling him an MFer with a hard R.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like that's her type of language.
It is when you see a hotel receipt. It is when you see a hotel.
She, like I said, she hit him with the hard R. And he sat up there and child, you's a terrible liar. I must have picked up the wrong receipt. I had to go work over there. Work as what? What is your job? Do you work at the shop or not?
He the fix-it man, ain't he?
Is he? Because I ain't shit fixed at his house.
That's what he claimed he was doing at Mabel house.
Well, he was fixing some things, but not as good as he thought he was.
Maintenance man. He's the maintenance man. Ain't that what they call it?
He maintained Miss Mabel the same way he did the walls of his own house. They's raggedy and wore out. Everybody in skate rink looking all like, oh shoot, Meech's mom, this and that, just like the business is out. Their business is out at the skating rink. Their business is out at the church. They just can't go nowhere no more. So Lady Cop and Brian are sitting there like, surveillancing things because that's what they do. They surveillance things. And she's feeling weird about that kiss. And so she's like letting him know that won't ever happen again because it's going to interfere with their job and nobody needs that. They've already, got into enough trouble. So while they're surveillancing people, this dude pulls up to dude that it's one of Meech's BMF. I'm not gonna learn all these boys' names. A BMF dude, the chubby one, he he said cake. He pulls up in his house and then they just random following people that, you know, I don't know what they're doing. I don't feel like they know what they're doing. They follow this guy. It wasn't even the same person they were following initially. He actually, you know, they pull him over. They know who he is. And then Brian just started searching this man's car without any permission. They didn't have no reason to pull him over. I'm like, I don't understand. So what was supposed to happen with that? What were you supposed to catch?
Clearly nothing, because they don't catch shit. That's why DEA is there.
Well, maybe if they stop kissing each other, then they could focus on the plan.
You gonna catch an STD. That's what she gonna keep messing with.
I mean, he's not much more an upgrade than Lamar. He's like right there with Lamar as far as being disgusting. But she nasty too. Anyway, old dude has to go. I mean, he gets to go because they have nothing on him, so now they're irritated. And then they get back to the station and Wanda shows up there. I'm really not sure why she did that either. Like, maybe she was just really mad at Terry and then she thought better of whatever it was she was finna do. Because he is the father of your children, and maybe you should just let that shit ride and let his, what do you call it? Let his karma happen to him the way it's supposed to, but not like that, girl. So she went down there and they got all excited to see her because they thought she was about to snitch, and she told them to stay the F out of her business. That's her family, and leave them alone because, you know, yes, she saw him in them pictures, but she gonna be loyal to that over there. So leave her alone. So now they're really mad because that's the second loss of the day. And now Lady Cop has decided not only is she not giving out kisses anymore, she gonna be giving you the cookies. So you can get the cookies and the kisses. That escalated so quickly and was so weird and so
nasty and so disgusting and almost threw up in my mouth. So
was it the part where after he threw her up against the wall and like, I was like, he's sweaty humping her with their clothes on.
It was nasty.
And then, you know, well, she had her clothes
on. I was like, ain't none of these sassy, Lala or him. I was like, this is disgusting.
I was like, she's standing there with her big gigantic panties on and her burn marks across her stomach.
Girl, that he didn't care about.
That's hot. Like, yeah, he was, you know, he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, so you got a police officer that's so stressed out that she burns herself. I'm not sure. I think, doesn't she need some therapy or psychological evaluation? Like, what? How are you out here? Anyway, that was disgusting. I want the cops to stop. I want the cops to cut it out because it's not good on this show. It's not good over there at Power with Kanan and them. Who else was a not good situation? I mean, Popo Omar, that wasn't so great either. Like, just cut it out. Just leave the sex scenes to the people like outside of the police department. Because whatever y'all be having going on over there, it don't be sexy. It's kind of gross, actually. So they're over at the car wash and Terry is just stressed out. He wants to know, what are they gonna do about Pops cheating on their mom? Like, Mitch is looking at him like, don't worry about that. And he's like, are you kidding me? Like, no, seriously, what are we gonna do? And Mitch is like, you smashing somebody's mama and she married. Can you stop with the hypocritical nonsense? And I was like, and you did. And your baby mama was standing right there at the roller rink when you like, Pops didn't bring Mabel to the roller skating.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. I guess it's different when it's your daddy. The drivers show up and Auntie that got robbed, and she was out in these streets, and Lamar and Ashley Larry then snatched the car and took the work. Does he even know the work is in there, or did he just take the car?
I don't know how Lamar be doing anything. I really don't. He ain't got no crew with him. I mean, Ashley Larry the only crew you got? Ancillary eyes be on these streets. I mean, how do you even know what be going down?
I
You
don't
just
think
hear.
Ancillary be on these streets because he be over at the morgue inappropriately touching corpses.
Mhm.
Child, anyway, I guess it's gonna be okay because Meech knows his plan is they're gonna boycott Lamar. And anybody that deals with Lamar is gonna be froze out. So Lamar won't be able to make no money because where he gonna get it from? We know he ain't got no connect.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know that anybody's out there dealing with Lamar. Why isn't he locked up?
They let him go. They had him. They let him go
Where do you put it?
in the garbage.
Well, Mitch gets a call. He has to bounce. He goes to meet up with Sidekick. Sidekick is outside. I didn't understand that too because he acted like he didn't know Mitch was coming. When we know Mitch, or somebody must have called Mitch and told them they seen him because I thought he the one that called Mitch. But like I said, when Mitch showed up, he was acting surprised to see him, and he said he was about to go take out Brian. That's his plan. And Mitch is like, no, you can't do that because that's just gonna make things worse. Like if you take out Brian, they for sure gonna have their eye directly on me. He's like, what has Brian got on you? And then he tells him, now I knew that was the pow pow that he used for old boy in the beginning. I did not know he used the same one on Kato.
Stupid.
And you're carrying it around in your glove compartment?
Stupid. Because you should have got rid of it as soon as you did
The first time.
Dummy.
Anyway, Mitch realizes like if he hasn't registered you as a CI, then he's probably, hasn't put that pow pow into evidence, which we know that Brian is working on some behind the scenes nonsense. So none of the stuff he's doing is legit. So he tells him like, you better go in that house and get that thing, you know what I'm saying? And hurry up. Because probably, like we said, he don't even have it into evidence anyway. But we know he didn't have them bricks as evidence. So, so he slithers in there and Brian's kid is in there. And now he has to like force the kid into the closet and, that threw him off big time. I feel like you didn't spend enough time like looking. I don't know. He went through some drawers and things, and then before he could get to looking good, Brian came home. So he had to run out of the house. And Brian, of course, comes in and gets his kid out of the closet. This poor kid is traumatized. Send him back to his mother's house because nothing good has happened.
I don't know why he's over there with him. And
ever since you went and got this kid, now he's being, bullied at school and people breaking in the house and, send him back where he came from. Sidekick runs out the house, and I guess, the plan was to meet him on the other side of the street. So he jumps in Meech's car, has a complete meltdown because, because his whole life is messed up and he has no one. And, I feel like Meech has genuine feelings for this kid and said, you're my brother, I'm never gonna, leave you behind. And I guess at this point he got to, because if he doesn't, we don't know what Sidekick is capable of. Going back to the police, like we don't know. So yeah, go ahead and coddle him because he needs a friend. And that's where we ended the episode this week.
Child, you just need to go and let him go.
Well, he's not going anywhere because I see him on Instagram. And apparently he was out here irritated because they make him look like a snitch.
Because he ain't do that.
He didn't? That's what he said. Well, some of these things really happened and some of them didn't.
and Tonasia mad because she said, y'all got her out here looking like a perv, looking like auntie.
Right.
And
she called her auntie.
Well, yeah, that's what she's saying. But she was like, first of all, she went with him when he was in high school. She didn't meet him till he was like later on down the line. So it's a 5-year difference between them. But she wasn't with him when he was in high school and she was grown with kids and all of that. That's why she mad. Cause she like, y'all got me out here looking crazy.
Looking crazy.
Yeah. It ain't that.
Girl, Lala got you out here looking crazy.
Girl, I'll be mad. I'll be like, my butt did not look like that.
I couldn't even probably look at her no more after I seen that. If I was that girl, I'd be like, I'm not watching nothing with Lala, so don't.
B, you gonna close us out?
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
Well,
All right then.
nice and short and sweet.
Professional and everything. All right, y'all.